Hey guys, Ryan Stileson here with Accelerate Marketing, and I apologize for a little bit of a late start today. Just wanted to let you guys know what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about our optimization of your Google Business Profile page. I'm going to build out on and basically expand on what I what I talked about last week, which is the local links. So one of the things that is a very, and for you guys that don't know me, my name is again is Ryan Stileson. I'm with Accelerate Marketing. I'm the president of the company. I've been around for about 14 years, helping local businesses throughout the world, thousands of businesses throughout the world over the last almost 15 years. Generate or create a business that they love, and to generate an additional $50 to $100,000 a month more in revenue. And what I'm going to teach you today is specifically how to do that with Google Business Profile optimization. I'm going to share my screen, and one of the things that I do enjoy doing is showing you guys how to do this with automation, so that it can be automated. So it's very easy to do automatically for your business. So let me just show you my screen. And one of the things, and please ask any questions if you're watching the replay. You can put comments down below after the replay. We'd love to answer any questions that you have. And also, if you want to, the other thing that I would encourage you guys to do is to join our school community. It's totally free, and you can go there by going to school.com, SKOOL.com /local lead labs /about. So this is where our community is at, and it will help you it's totally free. You can go there and learn a lot more about how to optimize your local business so that you show up on the map. So let me just show my screen here. Um, I'm gonna show the entire screen. There we go. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see that. So if I'm looking for a plumber near me, okay. So these are the businesses that show up. And the example that I gave last week was, so if you use Bright Local, we use Bright Local. If you don't use Bright Local, I highly recommend that you do. They can build citations, which, as I talked to you about last week, the citations, what they are is just other local listings, like what we can see here on Google. Okay. So you can see, for example, like here, um, when a business shows up down here on the Google Business Profile section, these are local listings. Okay. Same with Bing. Okay. This is another local listing service. If I type in plumber near me, same thing. These are local listings. It's like the yellow pages. Okay. So the more that your business is listed on these types of um, listing networks. Okay. Another example would be Yelp. Okay. If I go to Yelp and I look up plumber near me, this is verifying device. Okay. I don't know, Yelp. Come on. All right. So here you go. Mr. C's Plumbing and Heating. This is a guy that is near me because I'm okay. So I'm looking to see where this guy's located at. I want to make sure that he is actually, this guy's in Germantown. That's the thing about these other services, because they don't use the triangulation of, like where you're at. They can't, it's tough for them to identify your actual location. And so therefore they will show you, if you type in near me, like they think I'm in Philadelphia. Okay. So this is where you'd have to be specific and say Palm City, Florida. I don't know why it's saying Philadelphia again. There we go. Okay, so then it'll show up. It'll show the businesses that are near Palm City, Florida. So yeah, Jupiter Park. So these are, again, I'm just showing you this to show you the different. These are all directories, or otherwise known as citations. They're one and the same. So the more of these, the more times that you're listed on these type of directories with the correct name, address, and phone number, okay? So the correct name, address, and phone number. The phone number, name, address needs to be the same on all of these directories. If it's not, then this is where Bright Local can help you, okay? And this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, okay? Is because I want to show you the solutions that they've got. I wanted to show you how what it can do, what Bright Local can do, and there's other services like White Spark, etc., that can build citations for you, build and fix. This, it says citations, but it might as well say local directories with ease. Okay, so then what it does is it goes and it builds those directory listings on key sites. It cleans up existing listings that you have that don't have the name, address, and phone number that's correct, and then it removes duplicates if you've got a duplicate. So these are all the countries that it'll do this in. And then I think they charge like $2 per citation or something like that. And you can do this as a local business owner. So you can, pricing, yeah, it's $2 per site with bulk discount. And if you don't do bulk, it's $3.20 per site, which is a great savings. And yeah, you can see like here, like these are the other services that they talk about: Bright Local, Yext, White Spark, Sign Up, Moz Local, Advice Local, the Hoth. These are all other businesses that will also do the same thing in terms of building out those citations so that you've got those links. Because what's happening is when you go in here, there's a link here that goes to your website. There should be. Well, some of these don't link to the website. Most of the time, there is a link here to the website, and there is actually if you go deeper into the business, there is actually a link in the background, and you'll see it here as well. So if you see, there's a website link. So those links, Google sees. It wants to see as many of those links as it can. You want Google to see as many of those backlinks, like we talked about last week, as you can possibly get. The more backlinks, the more routes because this is the tree. The main tree of your local directory optimization, otherwise known as Google Business Profile Optimization or local search engine optimization. The main trunk of your local search engine optimization is your Google Business Profile page. It's your Google directory. Why? Because 80% of people search on Google for local businesses. Only about 20%, 25% search on Bing, and then the remainder, go other places. Okay, so it's really important though. And then I'm gonna go here to Google Business Profile Audit. So I want to show you, go back to that Google Business Profile Audit. Oh wait, let me go back here. Local search audit. Okay, so this is what I showed you guys last week. This is an audit that we generate for every business. You can try it for free for your business. If you got an address, you need to have an address, which is another thing that you want to make sure that you understand, or I want to make sure that you understand, is that from now on, by the way, if you have a business that is up here in the Google guaranteed or Google, in this section, the Google local service ad section, okay, it's sometimes people know it as Google guaranteed, Google screened. It's got a different name for different verticals. Okay. So if you're in a blue collar business like HVAC and plumbers, etc., then it's known as Google Guaranteed. If if you're a realtor or an attorney, it's known as Google Screened. If you're a doctor or a dentist, it's known as licensed, verified by Google. Okay. So, but the umbrella of this section here at the top, where you're verified by Google and you get this green checkbox, is called local service ads, Google local service ads. And again, this is the section where you only pay per phone call or per message lead that you get, or per booking. And the messages are half the price as the phone calls. And this, typically you can turn this on and start getting leads like really quick, like almost next day, if you're in a vertical that, where you can get where you can get some traction quickly. I mean, you can turn it on and you can start getting leads really, really quickly. Now, I'd recommend that you only turn it on, or that you only turn your local service ads page on once you have everything set up, because most of the businesses that do bad on Google local service ads and call us up because they're wondering why they got leads in the beginning and then they're not getting any leads anymore, is because they didn't have everything set up. They didn't have a they didn't have an agent, an agent answering the phone, so that every call is answered in 30 seconds and every message lead is responded to in 30 seconds. So that's the automation that I was telling you about. So if you don't have that automation set up, you really want to have it set up so that you can make sure that you hit the ground running and that you are able to continue to get leads for the long term, for the long haul, from the local service ad section. Because if you don't have an agent set up to answer the phone to back up your intake, okay, because I know your intake's great, but everybody says that, and about 30% of the time, for across all businesses, 30% of the time, phone calls are not answered. 30%, okay? Pretty close to 50% of calls are just not answered by intake, okay? And that's across the board, okay? So, I would check, if I were you. This is probably like the best kept secret in any business, is that the business owner doesn't really know exactly how many calls are actually not being answered, and those are all missed opportunities. So if you're paying for these leads, almost 50% of the time they're going to voicemail. And if they go to voicemail, that means that you're missing out on that opportunity, and that means that you're not gonna get a conversion. And so it's just an opportunity for you to really, to really grow your business by with just a little bit of awareness. So the other thing is, you want to make sure that you set up the opportunity for you to be able to get reviews. Okay, so it's the three R's, is like I've said before in these events. It's reviews, radius, and response rate. So you want to make sure that you have all three of the R's set up and optimized before you turn this on, before you go live with your local service ads. Because if you don't, you're going to get leads and then you're not going to get leads. Google's going to just shut it off. And down here, though, this is the quote unquote organic section. And Google is not recording the calls in the Google Business Profile section down here. They are recording the calls in this section up here, and they are able to see how quickly you respond to message leads. So they have much more control over the experience, the customer experience, in this section versus down here. And that's what you really have to understand as a business owner. Okay. Um, I would also make sure that down here that you have the same thing, that you have a system in place for getting reviews. You want to get at least one review a week. And the reviews, as I said before, are shared between these two. When you get a review down here, your Google Business Profile page is connected to your local service ads page. Now, and by the way, Google's making it. They just said that you have to have a address. You cannot be a service area business anymore and be in the Google screen section up here, or Google local service ad section. So I'm going to see if there's any questions. Let me know if there's any questions that you guys have. Please, post any questions here. I will respond to them. Um, let me know if, give me a thumbs up if if this is valuable, if this is, if this is helping you. Because as a business owner, if you don't understand these two main um, strategies, lead generation strategies for Google, these two campaign types, we call them, then you're really missing out, because ultimately this is where 80% of people that go to Google determine who they're going to call. And if you're actually in both sections, meaning if you're up here and you're on the maps, it you get a significant increase in the likelihood that you're going to get a phone call. And by the way, as I said before, if you're the absolute top section here, which Google tracks, if you're in this absolute top impression section here, then you have a much greater chance, probably I don't even know what percentage, but a very much higher chance to get the phone call than this guy. Because about 70% of people select the top. Only about 20 to 30% select this guy. So this guy's only getting the leftovers from whoever doesn't go with this business up here. So you want to be in that absolute top ranking at least 80% of the time, which then will generate better quality leads. Okay. So now we're talking about the quality. So you get a better quality lead if you actually give Google what it wants. If you answer the phone, you get reviews on a regular basis, then you're going to get you're going to get the absolute top impression rating up here, greater than 80% of the time. I hope that makes sense. Down here, there's not as much variability um, in the Google Business Profile section. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let us know or let me know. And then here, so this is what I'm going to show you guys this again, just to show you why I was showing you what those citations were, and so that you can actually see very quickly by getting a free local search audit. So this is the local search audit by Bright Local. I think you can get one of these as an independent, business. Obviously we've been using them for almost, I mean, probably 12 years now, ever since we started. And if you go, you can see here the local listings. Okay, this is local listings, otherwise known as citations, otherwise known as directories. They're all the same. Okay. So this is one of the 7 optimization strategies. So each one of these boxes corresponds with a different strategy for local search engine optimization. And like I was saying last week, just to review, one of the tools that we use for a local business to get more links back to the website, in addition to setting up additional directories like these, like Yelp and Bing and Yahoo. um, the other way to get links would be to do like Zip Sprout. So you can get those local links. Okay. You can find sponsorship opportunities or nonprofits that are looking for local businesses to sponsor their block party or whatever. And then you get a link on their website, and that's what helps build this section of the links and website authority, so that you rank higher on the Google Business Profile section, which is this section right here. Okay. Okay. So this is the Google Business Profile section. This is the local service ad section. This is optimized with the 3 R's: reviews, radius, response rate. This is optimized with the 7 categories that I'm showing you right here. These. Okay. And last week we talked about about the links and authority, and I showed you Zip Sprout. This week I'm talking about, and I talked a little bit about the local business listings, but I'm going to go, this shows you a little bit more. So you can see that, if anything that's in red or has an X, those are all things that need to be fixed. And like I showed you in the pricing, um, each one of those directories that are not correct, they can be fixed by paying a service. And I showed you the other services there that were on the Bright Local website. There's like, White Spark, there's, there's like 7 or 8 of them that will go and fix these for you for a price, and I think it's like $3.25 for each one, to make sure that you have the same name, address, and phone number for each one of these directory listings. These are all direct. So there's Yahoo Local, Yelp. I'm kind of curious. So if you click on it, it should list them. I'm kind of curious if it's going to show. Yeah. So this is wow. Not their star rating. Yeah, not too good. Was per content. Okay. So and as you can see, by the way, like Yahoo uses Yelp. They use Yelp for their reviews. So they pull in the Yelp reviews for the Yahoo, for Yahoo's reviews. So it's kind of interesting to see. So you've got again, this is just another one of the directories. There's Google's one, Yahoo is another, Bing is another, Yelp, etc. And all the top ones are listed right here. All the top directories or local business listings are listed here. And you can see there's 13 that have name, address, and phone number errors. And yeah, so these, you want to fix all these, and then you want to be able to have whoever is doing the work on your website or optimizing your Google Business Profile page, or you're doing your local search engine optimization. You want to make sure they're giving you some sort of information like this. That's really, really important. So I hope that makes sense. Before I go on to reviews, let me see if there's any questions. I think we have about 10 people on right now. Yeah, if you want to learn any more about this, then please, we have a free school community where we talk, I talk all about this. There's 7 different videos in the school community. They're all free. You can, learn more about what I'm talking about right now. We do have the recordings of these events, in the school community, and I also have not just the recording of these, but we also have uh, every or twice a month on the second and third Thursday of the month at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, starting on December 12th. We're going to be having, which is this month, we're going to be having an event. We're putting a banner together that, each event is going to have we're going to be talking about a different topic. So you really get a lot of value out of that. And basically one of the things that we're going to teach is how you can automate, an additional 10, I'd say 10 to $50,000 in revenue coming into your business. Just automate it, create automation to have it happen. So if you're interested in, learning about that, go to school.com/local lead labs/about, and I'm going to continue training here. So, and yeah, you can go to, here's the school community, by the way. And the calendar has not been completely built out, but here's the free workshop. You can see it's on, the first one's December 12th, second one's the 19th. In the community, we make posts, and that'll help, give you guys value. If you're a local business owner, you understand about, the fake, business listings. I've got a post about that I've created, and because it's a real big problem, business owners creating fake business, other businesses in order to dominate the Google Business Profile section, which is one of the reasons why Google created this section, the Google Local Service Ad section, so that, if there are businesses that are creating fake other businesses, so that they can take all 3 of these spots, Google has more control over that, because they have to go. There's a license, and verification process that a business has to go through in order to become, guaranteed or Google screened by Google. And that's the whole reason why Google did this, is because it's gonna, help take care of that, or help solve that problem. So, okay, so going on to reviews. Okay, so because this Monday call on the calendar, as you know, or maybe don't know, and by the way, here's the classroom. You can see there's a lot of content here, but here's the content that you can get access to. There's 7 recordings here, and that you can watch, that there's 4 about local service ads and 3 about Google Business Profile, and they're all free, like I said. So going on to reputation manager. Okay. And before we do that, let me go through the rankings section here. So this section reports the position or rankings that your website or business appears in your important keywords. Okay, this you can see. We report on your rankings in Google, desktop, mobile, and maps. Okay, so this is desktop, mobile, and then maps. I'm gonna increase that, and then even on Bing. Okay, and so what we're looking at is, for example, we're looking at a keyword. So it'd be for them, it would be like personal injury. Okay, and then we would identify where you're ranking for each of these different um, aspects or different sections of Google, whether it's desktop, mobile, or maps, and then on Bing. And so based on how you're currently ranking, it gives you a status. Is it good or does it need improvement? And so I think this one is kind of, honestly, it's kind of repetitive because this one is what we're trying to improve. So I think it's kind of funny actually that Bright Local actually adds this as one of the sections that we're trying to improve, because this is what we're trying to have done. So I think this one is kind of a silly section to even have in this audit, to be honest. I mean, it gives you a good idea of where you're at or where you start or where you're starting. So in that sense, it does add value. But what we want to know is, where can we add value here? What can we improve? What can we fix? um, in order to make sure that this improves, because that's the ultimate goal in this audit, right? Is to make sure that you're ranking higher, and all this is doing is just tracking the rankings. So anyway, so I always thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, so so I wanted to explain that before I went on to the fourth section here. So here's the reputation manager, and again, if you ever get one of these, all you got to do is just tap on the box, and it takes you down below where that section is. And I talked briefly about this last week. If you're a business, the ultimate moment of truth is is what people find when they type in your business name and your city. So if you're a business owner, what I would do is I would absolutely, and we got 2 new reviews, which is great. So I think Shane, awesome. It looks like Shane Sufert left the review, as a buddy of mine here. So thank you, Shane, if you're watching. And so Accelerate Marketing San Diego. Um, so what we're doing is here is I'm just showing you what I would do. We've got 351 reviews over the past, whatever, 14 years. Um, and what this is what I want you to see for yourself. I want you to type in your main keyword and your city in order to see what people are finding when they do that search, because this is where, when somebody's referring somebody to your business, this is where people are going to go. Okay, and they're going to see, for example, our LinkedIn, they're going to see our website, they're going to see Facebook, they're going to see Yelp, which is you want to make sure that all of these, that you've got, that you've got a good positive reputation on all of the listings that show up here. Okay, and even our YouTube channel is showing up, which is really cool. So this is like I said, that's kind of the moment of truth for your business. And what you want to do is, when you are logged in, you're going to see this. So this is not your normal, if because I manage this business, you're able to see my back office, so to speak. I mean, so this is, and by the way, one of the things that I recommend that you do is that you always, whenever this little red button's here, you want to go in and respond to your reviews. I think we just got a review either today or yesterday. Our team is usually really good about responding to reviews. And oh, that's Norbert. No, awesome, Norbert. That's okay. So this was 2 days ago. So we didn't have time, in defense of my team, we didn't have time to really respond to that yet. So because we just got back from Thanksgiving vacation. So yeah, I came across this morning. I've been able to hands off entirely. Okay, awesome. And currently feels good to focus on my work now. Awesome. So this is where you want. I mean, we just got this review, so we would just reply to this, and this is where you want to you definitely want to stay up to this, and you can go and see which you want to stay up to date on this. So you want to reply to all your unreplied reviews, because Google does look at that to determine your rankings as well. It really does. So my team, and this is one of the things that I talk a lot about, is that you really want to build up a culture in your staff and your team, where we call it a review culture. And what that means to us is it means yeah, what it means to us is that it means that our whole team knows what I like to say is the who, what, where, when, and why of getting reviews. So they know when to ask for reviews. They know how to ask for reviews. They know what kind of review that, like, if somebody says what kind of, what should I say, they know exactly what to say. It's the 2W, or a 2W review. What benefits they received and why they would recommend us to others. Okay, that's the 2W review. So what benefits they received, and then why they would recommend it. That's a bare minimum. So um, okay, so, and you can report reviews if they're fake. Okay, so this is how you go through the process of reporting a review. You can go to your manage reported review section, and this is something that if you do have any reviews that you've submitted, they should show up there. Okay. Um, so let me just and and then you can report a review, off topic, spam, conflict of interest, profanity, bullying, harassment, personal information. And then, you can identify one of those and then send report. And then that's how you can report a review if you want to. And sometimes they'll remove it, so if you have a review that's obviously from somebody that you don't know, then you definitely want to report it. Um, and then you can see, like, you can see the performance over time in terms of calls, bookings, website clicks. Like, for us, we don't use it's it the Google Business Profile page is not really optimized for digital marketers. It's just not. It's and it's good because you can create an offer, you can do other things, like obviously getting reviews and things like that. But it's not it's not as it's not as much of a lead generation tool as it for a agency like ours as it is for local businesses, that like dentist, doctor, attorney, etc. Uh, and we've optimized ours, like to its fullest, and we still just don't get. There's just not a lot of traction that a business like ours gets from this particular campaign type, because there's not a lot of people that are searching for digital marketing agencies on Google. They're just, I mean, typically. And so it's just, so we optimize it. And if you're a business owner, and especially if you're like a plumber, electrician, I mean, the volume of business that you can get by optimizing your Google Business Profile page is just absolutely enormous. So to do that, to get more reviews. So you saw here, if I want to read the reviews, one of the things that I can do is I can read the reviews, and I can also tap this button to get more reviews, and I can copy this link. And that link right there is what we call the naked link, because if I go in here and I paste it, it this goes directly to the what we call the review box. Or it should. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So this is the review box. So this is where somebody can leave a review. Okay. Um, and this is why it's so valuable. And you want to try to get people to leave photos and videos if they can as well, because it does help. And you want people to leave at least one keyword, just one keyword in the review if they can as well. So they just identify the star rating, and then they leave the review, and then they post it. And this takes all the guesswork. That link takes all the guesswork out of where somebody needs to go in order to leave a review. So it's really important that as a business owner, what this link is. Because this review, by the way, this link, when somebody leaves a review there, it not only goes on your Google Business Profile page here, it also goes on your Google Local Service Ads page. Okay, so you get a double benefit. So I hope that makes sense. You get a double benefit when anybody leaves a review on your Google Business Profile page. You get it in both places. And I'll show you. So this is if I go to ASAP Plumbing, and it shows up here eventually. I go to reviews. So the only reviews, and this is great. I mean, they're getting response. And then, by the way, you can share these reviews on Facebook, on WhatsApp. I would definitely recommend that you share them as much as you can, because almost as important as getting reviews is to market your business with your reviews. Make sure that your team out in the field has people do the search that I showed you earlier. Type in, "Hey, don't just trust me." When they're closing a deal, say, "Hey, don't just trust me." And I love this, by the way, when somebody says, "I really want to talk to a reference. Can I get a reference from you?" Yeah, you can get 351 of them. I mean, there's 351 references right here. Like, you need to talk to Vita or Norbert to hear what they already said about our business. I mean, that's why I chuckle when I say that, hey, when somebody might say, "Hey, do you mind if I get a referral?" Because we've got, over the past 14 years, we got 351 people or more that, effectively they could, call up and get the same information from. So why do that when you can just go right here and see what these people are saying, instead of having to call them up and waste their time and your time as well. Um, so this is why I'm saying, like, if you have somebody out in the field, you want them to actively, like, even on their phone, like, say, if they're, especially if they're in front of somebody, say, "Hey, what do like I said, if they're towards the end of the sales process and the person is not converted, you can just, and if they're saying, "I just really need to get a little, I want to wait a little bit," well, just say, "Okay, just so you know, I mean, we've been doing this for like 14 years, and don't trust me. Just look at what other people have said about our business, and just go ahead and on your phone, even right now, if you can, type in Accelerate Marketing San Diego and look at what other people are saying about us, and let me know what your thoughts are, because um, and that is a very, very important part of the conversion process. And I'll show you something. Um, um, Bright Local actually does a survey. They've been doing it for, yeah, a long time. I don't know, like, at least I'd say 10 years. And you can find it by just typing in, like you saw, the local consumer review survey. Yeah, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, so you're looking at, yeah, almost 10 years. Um, yeah, coming up on 8 years. Okay, so this is a really interesting survey, because what it does is it identifies how important that local reputation matters. 90 it well, it does this by actually looking at, and it shows you, and it talks about how they did this study, and how many people are in the study. Um, Business reviews responses are crucial. 88% of consumers would use a business that replies. Like, again, I was talking about, is replies are important, compared to 47 who would use a business that doesn't respond to reviews at all. Generative AI can be helpful. Review response assistant. 58% of consumers preferred the AI written response, when one written by a human and one generated with AI. Interesting. Social media continues to be a big part of. Okay, so this, I would just go through and read some of this so that you understand where consumers reading reviews. um Google still 81%, you know. um you can see 45% of people go to Facebook, 44% go to Yelp, TripAdvisor, BBB, Apple Maps, Trustpilot, Health Grades, Angie's List, etc. Which other sources are most popular for consumer looking for business information reviews? Local news, Instagram, YouTube, etc. Very interesting. So I would encourage you to go and get familiar with that, report. It's very valuable. Definitely will help you understand. Let me know again, you guys have any questions? Put any questions here. I will definitely respond to them. I'm gonna probably wrap it up here in just a little bit. But I I just want you guys to see that all of these directory sites are really important. Google, Facebook, Yelp, this is what this this local search audit does is it looks in this fourth box here, the reputation manager, it looks at not just the reviews that are showing up on Google, but also on Facebook and other directories, the top review sites, to see, what the overall reputation is for that particular business. And then it looks at the last 10 reviews from all those sites, not just from Google. So I think I might stop there. So let me know. Next time, I'm going to talk about the Google Business Profile Audit, the on-site SEO, and then the social channels. But if you guys don't have any questions, I'm gonna end the stream and let me know what, like I said, what questions you guys have. Um, I threw a lot out at you today, and you know, we I would encourage you again to go to the school community, skool.com/local lead labs/about. Go there. You can get free content. This is the local lead labs community. You can go in here and this is where you're going to go to if you go to the about section. Um, and if you're the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the community and you want to introduce yourself here in the community. Okay. And then we will respond, let us know a little about yourself. And I tell you, like, give you a general outline for what we're looking for uh, to know about you before before you start uh, posting content, etc. And then we've got our classroom. Like I said, you've got really good content here that you can consume. That's each of these videos is I'd say about 10 minutes long. Um, and so you got about an hour, probably an hour and a half of content here on both Google Local Service Ads and Google Business Profile Optimization. Pretty soon I'm going to be adding another section here about agents. After I get through this section about the local service ads optimization, and I'd love to have you guys in the call. If you want to jump in this call with me so that I can do an audit of your business, then please let me know. Because next time I'll do that. I'll do an audit of your business, completely free. And just like you saw in this audit, we'll do one of these audits for you, and we'll review exactly what is going on with your business, and I'll bring you on the call, and I'll tell you where you have opportunities for improvement, and I'll help you do that with your business live. Okay. So if you want to jump in next week, you can. All you got to do is go to the school community and then go to the calendar, and you can see this is today. All you do is just go to Monday, and then you can we're going to change these links, um, and we're going to make these links the link for you to join the StreamYard, so you can be in the call and not just watch it on YouTube, so that I can actually talk to you on the call as well. Okay. So I'd encourage you to do that. And yeah, let me know what other questions you guys have, about, anything that I talked about today, which is, again, the local listings, the rank tracker, the reputation manager. And again, next week, I'm going to talk about the Google Business Profile Audit, the GBP audit, the on-site SEO, and the social channels. All right. Okay. Let me see if there's any questions. And if not, I'm going to jump off. All right. 10 people on. We got, oh, cool. We got 8 on Twitter or X, and then 2 on local service ads. So I'm sure there's some businesses on there. So if you guys have any questions, please just ping me as well. You can also just ping us at here, or just text us at 619-304-5155. Again, 619-304-5155. And yeah, thank you guys. Let us know what other questions you have. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Again, 619-304-5155. All right, thanks.